Hello, amazing artists. It's Kelly Folsom here, and welcome back to another Art Life conversation. Today, I'm going to be talking about what actually makes a good art teacher and a good art mentor, and what is the difference between those two things because they are not the same. This way, you will know what to watch out for whenever you're studying art, and you will know what to look for in a teacher, in a mentor that is going to support you the most and really help you the most on your journey. So, man, I'm here to tell you I've had so much experience studying with other artists throughout the years. And, here's the truth. Not every artist is a great teacher. Not every artist is a great mentor. And I know my peers and other artists get really uncomfortable whenever I express this opinion, but I think we all know that this is true, that this is the reality of the situation. Some people have a heart of a teacher or a heart of a mentor, and they are really, they're not that great at being a teacher or a mentor. So they can kind of like show you how they paint, and that's wonderful. And you can get that out of them, but might be about the limit as to what they can give you. So, and I've studied with artists from art professors at art college. Some of them were better than others. Some of them were dismal. I mean, it was just like, really? Do you even care to be here and be teaching at this art college? And then others, maybe, they had maybe a heart of a teacher, but they had gotten kind of burned out, maybe kind of stopped caring as much as maybe they once did at a point in time. And so and then I've had experiences with art teachers who have, basically been like, this is the way it is, my way or the highway. You have to believe everything that I say, agree, don't question anything, all that kind of stuff. So none of that makes for a good teacher. So here in my experience, learning from the good, the bad, the ugly, and taking those lessons as a student. And then once I started teaching, I have never lost sight of what it feels like to be a student and how those experiences affected me and how those teaching and mentoring experiences made me feel. That Maya Angelou quote, people will always remember how you make them feel. And I had some pretty negative experiences with a lot of different variety of instructors, and it was on a sliding scale. Some were so negative, in fact, that I changed my degree path at the college that I went to because I just could not submit myself to that person's abuse. And I really do feel like that particular professor was being abusive. Like they were being so critical of not only my work, but of others' work in a subjective criticism, their own, what they thought art with a capital A was. They were basically projecting that onto all of the art students there. And it was very toxic. It was a very toxic situation to the point where I finally was like, I'm going to change my degree to drawing major instead of painting major so that I don't have to be required to take this person's classes because this is just so toxic and demoralizing. Why would I subject myself to that? Listen, I'm somebody that was raised with verbal and physical abuse in the early days as a child, the people, stepdads and whatever, or stepdad, past stepdad. And so I know what it's like. I can identify abuse like that. And I'm just not going to subject myself to that. And I wasn't at art school either. So that's like worst case scenario, right? And then you have on the other side of the scale is, art instructors that maybe they just don't have as strong of a heart for it. Maybe they're tired, maybe they burned out, maybe they've lost interest for their own art, therefore yours. A lot of times these kinds of instructors, that they're not lifelong learners and they don't really have a heart to serve and support their teachers. So while they may not be abusive, you're probably just not going to get maybe as much out of them as you would from a teacher that is really in it, that is really there to support you. So here's what I think actually makes a good art teacher. They are, first of all, they are never going to criticize your work from a subjective, stylistic point of view. They're never going to, they're going to try to meet you where you are. Basically, if you are painting in a different style or a different genre, they are not going to say, oh, well, that's not good, or you're not doing it like me, so it's not art, right? So a good teacher is never, ever, ever going to do that. They are always going to try to understand where you want to go with your art. Who are you, the art student, as an artist? And as a good teacher, I would go, now, how can I help facilitate that? How can I help support that? And how can I focus on fundamental things that need improvement in your work rather than just go, oh, well, you need to change this or change that because it doesn't look like my art. My thing is I'm an artist and I'm an art teacher, and I see those as two very different things. Okay. So yes, I can only teach what I know. I can only teach what I understand as an artist and what I've learned as an artist. But that doesn't mean that I have like a dogma or some kind of religious, belief system around what art is. Okay. So a good teacher is going to try to understand where you want to go. Who are you? What's your artistic voice? What are you naturally gifted at? What are you naturally drawn to? And they're going to try to support you and facilitate you really expanding and growing in that direction. So they're not going to try to change that and make you like them. A good teacher is never going to try to turn you into them, right? Okay, they're going to try to honor who you actually are as an artist. Obviously, a good teacher needs to be able to communicate things well. They need to be able to communicate things clearly, explain things clearly. A good teacher is going to try hard, to communicate things. They're going to try to communicate things in multiple different ways. Like if you're not getting it as the student, like I actually will get obsessed over how else could I explain this so that they get it? How else can I demonstrate it, explain it? What other words can I use? What else can I do if I feel like if it's just not sinking in yet? Instead of just like, here's my answer that I give every single time. And if you don't get it, too bad for you. you know, and a good teacher will also encourage questions. They'll encourage questions. They'll encourage, they want to hear from you. In fact, sometimes I find it to be a struggle as a teacher if my mentees and students are not telling me enough about like what they're having a hard time with or what their questions are. And that can be a struggle for me as an instructor because I really want to know that and I need to know that in order to better support the student. So a good teacher is going to be asking you questions, like, do you understand? What are you struggling with? And of course, they're going to be able to see a lot of times what you're struggling with just based on your work. So what would be like the difference between, to me, there's a difference between a teacher that is going to be able to teach you like technique versus a mentor, right? So a mentor is somebody that is further ahead of you on the journey as an artist, as a professional artist, and they're going to be able to support you at your beginning stage of the journey. They're going to be able to pass on advice about like, here are things that I did that worked for me, or here's kind of where I see you struggling in your mindset or in your practice. So a mentor is going to be more about kind of that, I would say kind of like that personal development side as an artist, career development, personal development, minds, working on your mindset, um, things like that. So I really see myself, I do both, and I really see myself more as a mentor, because once somebody can get enough fundamental skill set under the belt, technically speaking, they're making pretty good work. Where do they go from there? And a lot of times, we're at a stage, I know I was at that stage too, where it was like, well, now what? Now what do I do? And now that I've, got this skill set, like what's next? And what should I pursue? What should I focus on? How do I identify with goals that are in alignment with me, that I value? Things like that you don't often get taught, just like at an art workshop or an art class. Most of the time in most art classes, everything is always focused on just technique. And a lot of times it's not even great technical instruction. And sometimes it's even, like I mentioned, on that negative side of things where, if you don't fit in with what they're doing, then, you're SOL, you're shit out of luck then, and now you feel like ostracized. A good mentor is never going to make you feel, um, like ashamed. They're never going to kind of give you like an underhanded compliment or anything like that. We all can recognize that. We all feel that. And it's a shame whenever that happens. But even some good teachers are not great mentors. Like they maybe, they maybe sometimes don't always have like your best interest in mind. Like they don't always maybe want to see you rise up, so to speak, or get bigger than them. Sometimes some teachers are nervous and scared about you actually exceeding them or you becoming a competitor for them. And that is just going to limit your growth. So there's going to be some times where you find that, oh, I've just outgrown that teacher, or I can still learn from them on the technical side, but I have to be careful that I don't really look to them as a mentor. I think when it comes to mentorship, you have to be really picky. You have to be really careful, and at the same time, with all of these things, you have to take what you can get from the situation and then move forward. Like for me at art school, I wasn't going to drop out of art school. I also was not going to sit through that kind of criticism. So I had to take what I could get from that situation, and I had to adapt, and adjust so that I could make it work for me. And I've done that with a lot of art teachers that I've studied with. I've had to go, I can really glean a lot of really, really good instruction or wisdom here in this area, but not in this area. Like I'll never forget, I had an art teacher who I just, yeah, I just adored, I just idolized this person. And I was so proud because I had a painting that got put into a magazine. And I was just dying to show it to this teacher. And when I showed it to them, they said, well, why did you choose that painting to go in the magazine? And it wasn't like it did not feel like it was coming from a place of like real curiosity. I immediately felt like really constricted and closed up, and like almost felt like trust had been broken for me with that person, because I assumed that I would get, kind of this kind of unconditional support. Um, and so it just almost felt like a kind of like a cut down or something like you didn't pick the right painting or that painting's not good enough to be in the magazine. Now, obviously, I don't know what the person was actually really thinking, but I think we all can feel things, we all can feel kind of the intention from where somebody is coming from, right? Like we can feel it like how somebody makes a social media post. We can feel it by looking at their paintings, what their intention was. We can feel it in an email that we receive, what was this person's intention towards us? And so you just want to watch out for things like that as you're growing as an artist. You really want to, of course, take what you can get, but also protect yourself definitely from anything really negative. Anyways, I hope that this has been helpful to you. I know that I've, just heard a lot of experiences since I've been teaching since 2011, and teaching online since 2018. I've heard so many stories, so many experiences, and sadly I've seen so many art students walk away from those experiences feeling, you know, discouraged, or kind of deflated and disappointed, or trying to mold themselves into that art to fit in with that art teacher or that art mentor. And I just don't think that that serves any of us artistically. I think all of us, to serve the world and to serve all of us, we really want to honor like the sovereignty of each individual artist and who they really are and what they are all about, and do everything that we can in our power to support that. All right, my friends, I hope that this has been helpful to you. Thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your experiences in the comments below. Have you had experiences, negative or positive, with art teachers and mentors? What are your thoughts on this topic? I'd love to hear back from you because, again, as a teacher and a mentor, that's very helpful to me. So, all right, wishing you all happy creating, much love, and bye for now.